Good morning, everybody. That's Tracy here again with the Sauna Monkey. We're doing some yoga this morning that's a little bit shorter, so I'm aiming for about a half hour of a nice, feels good all over stretch that can be almost like more calming than uplifting. So if you're having trouble getting to sleep at night, you could rip this one off. If you wanted to add something to the end of a workout to get like an extra bit of stretching going, then this would be perfect for that. It's going to be posted as the little big stretch. Not playing any music today. I want you to keep in mind that it is lovely to have music in the background. I'm going to suggest that if you get into a pose that you really like, that you might want to pause me on the video and stay in that a little bit longer, because I'm going to try and get around a bunch of the body parts in the half hour, and you might have more time and want more time. So just remember that you can always pause me, and in that way your music stays on in the background. And I think that's all I have to say about that. We're going to start with a little meditation while you lie on your mat. So find yourself in a comfortable position on the mat. I did keep just a little pillow from my couch handy, just for a bit of extra cushion in possibly one of the stretches later. But as you lie back on that mat, if there's anything about those long legs that is not suiting you this morning, then feel free to bend your knees, placing the feet on the earth. And then just toe heel your heels out a little bit wider, your toes looking towards each other just a little bit more, and then let your knees fall in together towards each other. So you're more of a knock-kneed pigeon toe instead of a full Shavasana. Keep in mind, this is always available instead of full Shavasana. Okay? And then for the meditation, will I start you to get to pay a bit more attention to your breath? I want you to be aware of your fingers. So bring your hands into a position on top of your belly where they can actually touch each other. Okay? And then I want you to use the index finger or your pointer finger on your right hand to trace the edges of each of your fingers on the left. So starting with that left pinky finger, using your right pointer finger, we need to find the far outside edge of that pinky finger. And you're going to trace each finger with an inhale to come up the left side of that finger, and an exhale to come down the right side of that finger. Okay, so slow down your breath and let that finger travel the left ring finger for the whole duration of the inhale. You're going up the left side, and for the whole duration of your exhale, you're coming down the right side. You're now on the middle finger of your left hand. Inhale to trace up. Exhale to trace down. We're now pointer finger to pointer finger. Inhale, trace up. And empty that tank as you trace down. Good. Final breath for this side is that thumb tracing up as you expand, expand, expand into that low belly, and trace down as you empty, empty. And then go ahead and switch hands when you're ready. Still point your finger to trace, but you'll start with your thumb, tracing the left edge of your right thumb, inhaling up, exhaling down. Point your finger, inhaling up, exhaling down. Middle finger, expand, expand, expand as you go up the side. Empty fully and completely as you come down. Ring finger, grab as much air in as you can, emptying it out as fully and completely as possible. Last pinky finger. And then relax those hands left and right of the body, or whatever's more comfortable for you. Find 3 more breaths here, just again, kind of root into that mat, arrive to your practice. Good. On your next inhale breath, draw that right knee up into your chest. You're going to bind and hold into that right knee wherever is comfortable for you. Could be the back of the upper leg. Could be the shin on this side. And then go ahead and find rotation in the ankle joint of that right foot. Let's go ahead and intend the long leg that's on the mat to be as long as possible. So really intend and reach, reach, reach. Switch directions with your ankle rotations on the short leg. And then lengthen that right leg up towards the sky. Relax the arms left to right in a T. And tend your heel up towards the ceiling, your toes up towards the ceiling, heeling and toeing. Keep the heel reaching towards the ceiling, the toes are coming towards your shin. Shorten the left leg so the foot is on the earth, and then bring your right foot cross body on top of the upper opposite leg for that number 4 stretch. And again, here, still relaxing the arms left to right, so that we're using a bit of the strength that we can find in that glute to intend that knee into opening external rotation. Keep your breath alive here. Don't hold the breath at any point. Good. Next, inhale, breath, lengthen the leg back up towards the sky. Intend it a little bit closer to your chest without holding it. Again, still just using some strength here. One big inhale to intend, and the exhale to slowly set that one down, 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 all the way to the mat. And then bring your left or opposite leg into your chest. Again, here we did bind, we did hold. The back of the upper leg is going to let the knee be a little bit more comfortable. The shin might be just a little bit more enthusiastic, and rotate the ankle. Rotate the ankle on the shortened leg, and intend the long leg, super long. Find the opposite direction for those rotations. Lengthen the left leg, that side up to the sky. Intend the heel. Intend the toe. Oscillating between those two, the heel, the toe. Arms were relaxed beside the body. Okay, keep the toes coming towards the shin, the heel to the sky. Shorten the long leg that was on the mat, planting foot. Intend high foot into the number 4 stretch. You're squeezing into some glutes to find that external rotation. Find your breath is still alive, please. shoulders and shoulder blades off the mat. Squeeze and intend your shoulder towards that shortened leg, and then switch. Keep your breath alive here, patterning it however it suits you. Big inhale to be here, maybe the exhale's the switch. Next time, it's the right leg back in towards the chest. Relax those shoulder blades, shoulders and necks, and intend that shortened leg over to the opposite side. All the way over, all the way, all the way, all the way, until it lands on the ground or your pillow. In order for the leg to land, I have to lift that same shoulder. Lift the same shoulder. Get that knee down and over, and then redistribute the upper body towards the idea that the shoulders are both down. Now, I'm not actually both down. I'm just close. And then I'm playing with this long right arm to see what kind of space I can find at the front of that arm, front of that shoulder joint. I'm going to keep my fingers on the ground and just intend that hand a little bit higher, but always keeping the hand on the ground. If it suits your practice, lengthen the right leg all the way to straight. Find your breath. Find your breath, and then in this twist, I want you to try and intend your right hip joint away, like lower and closer to your toes than to your shoulder. Okay, so make that little work in your side body to lengthen that right side body. 2 more big breaths there. And if you had lengthened that right leg all the way to straight, go ahead and bend it first before you bring it back on top of your body. Go ahead and give it a hug again, intending shoulders, shoulder blades, and head off. Take a couple of switches again here. Knee in, leg long, knee in, leg long. And then the next time it's your opposite leg in. Relax, shoulder blade, shoulder head. Intend to cross the body all the way till it lands. And then redistribute the upper body towards the idea of flat. Remember, I said the idea of flat. It might not get there. And then leave your left hand on the ground, but scribe it up a little bit so you find a bit more space at the front of that shoulder joint. Find your breath. Intend that hip that's closest to the sky away from the shoulder. Find the work. Here I have actually used my opposite hand to help it away, to get that sensation, and then relax. Keep the sensation alive, but relax. Don't hold your breath. Maybe lengthening that cross-body leg. Find 2 more big breaths for this side. If you took that cross-body leg long, shorten it back up, stack it back up. This time, bring the long leg the short. Sandwich the inner thighs and the ankles together gently, hands lightly to the outside edges of those shins or ankles, and rock and roll a little bit here to massage your spine. And then the next time you're up, oops-a-daisy, keep the knees bent, the heels on the ground. Use your hands to find those tendons at the sides of the knee as it goes towards the upper leg. Inhale, broaden the collarbones, open the heart, lengthen the spine. Exhale, C-shape the spine, tuck chin to chest, round and lower as you lengthen the arms. Inhale, tall, broaden collarbones, open the heart. Exhale, C-shape, tuck chin. Intend the shoulder blades away from each other as the arms lengthen. Open the heart. C-shape and close. This is a seated cow and cat. And for anybody that found that just a little bit different than normal, and if your normal is on all fours and you prefer that, feel free to switch to all fours. Okay, one more time in that C shape. Really intend those shoulder blades away from each other, chin to chest. As you rise to lengthen this time, keep the knees bent slightly. Take your forearms under your upper leg and then start to lengthen the legs. So your upper legs start to, engage with those forearms. You're going to intend the legs towards long. As you push down with the legs, you're going to pull back against those forearms. And keep your chin square in the middle, but tucked in and down. Good. Next, inhale. Bend the knees a bit so there's space to extract. Switch which arm is closest to your bottom, and then find this again. Push down as you pull back. Send your breath into the space between your shoulder blades. Send the breath into the space between your shoulder blades. Find length between those rhomboids. Chin to chest to find length of the back of the neck. Good. And again, next inhale, make a little space underneath of those legs to extract the arms. Lengthen the two legs, long and down on the mat. Sit super tall out of your spine and intend your left hand towards your right foot. Okay? Again, it may not be your foot depending on your flexion and your ability with your hamstring, but maybe just make a connection to outside of the shin. Keep the spine long as you come into this folded, but also twist. Fold it forward as best you can, but also twist. Spine is long, long, long. Spine is long, twisting here. Try and open the chest, maybe even lengthen that arm back, back, back. Explore where you're feeling the opening at the front of this shoulder. Where do you need this arm to be, this free right arm? And then reach it all the way up and over. Intend that hand towards the opposite side. Again, long spine, spine long, just hinging from hips. If it feels better in your body to again find that C shape, rounding down, is at your discretion right there. At your discretion for that forward fold. Hi, everybody. Forward folds are, in general, what I'm working on today. Compared to a heart opener, the forward folds are your calming, more down regulating, sleepy time poses. A bunch of heart openers would be more of a like peppy, uplifting type practice. Keep your breath alive there. And on the next inhale, slowly come away from the fold. Still seated here, let's think about the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. And then depending on, again, your comfort in knees, your comfort in hips, right? You can intend the heels a little bit closer to your bum, or you can keep a longer diamond shape versus a shorter, wider diamond shape. And again, intend the chest down as best you can. Keep the spine long. Keep the spine long for the first few here. If you have a lot to give here, you could intend your elbows inside of your knees. And then make the space to lengthen the arms out each side, and then finger walk out. In which case you probably end up with a rounded spine. So relax the head down. And then depending on how you're feeling in your neck here, okay? And again, it could be just a nice long spine and hinge, but let's intend our left ear towards our feet. Left ear towards feet, gaze towards the right. Exploring that neck just a little bit. And then switch sides. Right ear towards feet, gaze to left. Nice and easy, return to square, unfold, you're sitting a little taller. If you had those arms underneath, just turn your fingertips towards the front of your mat first, and then extract yourself. Sitting tall with your hands for a little bit of support, left windshield wiper here, turning knees from side to side. Depending on how you're feeling, go ahead and lengthen what would be considered the top leg as you come to each side. Lengthen and switch. Inhale for length. Exhale for switch. Morning. Next time you're over towards your right side, you've lengthened your left leg, then go ahead and tuck it into short and bring that foot to the ground. Opposite arm gives a hug. Intend both of your sit bones to arrive down. Give yourself a little twist here. Maybe finding some stretch here in your butt. If this bottom knee isn't comfy, this could be a longer leg on the bottom. Sit super tall out of the spine, same as the last twist. And then find a little help from the hug. Find a little help from the hug. Good, slowly unravel the twist. Lengthen that leg, it comes back. They windshield to the other side. Yeah. Right leg this time, long and over and across. Intend both sit bones down. Opposite arm hugs. Sit tall in the twist, possibly lengthening that bottom leg depending on how that bottom knee feels. And finding your stretch here. I'm feeling it most in my bum. That piriformis area, piriformis, little baby muscle in your bum. little baby. Sitting tall out of the spine, maybe deepening the twist. Inhale for length. Exhale for twist. Good, and then go ahead lengthening the front leg, top leg. It comes back. Just take a couple more. Windshields, side to side. Side to side. I'm walking closer to you. Good. Once you get a little bit closer to the front of your mat, we'll find some space at the front line of the body. So this is a heart opener. This is a heart opener. We're just going to do the one so it won't get us all hyped up. I'm going to intend my elbows and then shimmy the hips and the legs back. If intending the elbows right under those shoulders is too much in your low back, just widen your elbows here. So again, I'm looking for length in the front side of the body without cranking a bunch of wrinkles into the back of your neck. Intend that pubic bone down by engaging a bit in that core, lengthening the front line of the body. Keep your breath alive. One more inhale for space here. As you exhale, you're going to let that go. If your elbows were right under your shoulders, widen them to make a little pillow for your head. Relax your glutes here and just sway your butt a bit from side to side. Relax your glutes once your head is down and sway your butt from side to side. From here, just have a peek so you can see. I'm going to intend my right arm out to the side. It's just the right side of a T shape. But I'm going to bring my middle finger in line with my eyeballs. So my middle finger is in line with my eyeballs. I'm going to use the opposite left hand close to my chest, push, and intend myself to lie on the right side body. Relax the head down. If the head isn't comfy on the floor, find your pillow. Okay, this is coming after the front of that right shoulder. The front of the right shoulder. Okay? So, intending first just your hips to stack. Intending secondly, your shoulders to stack. So is your left shoulder in the same line as your hip, or do you need to let it fall forward a little bit to ease into a comfort stretch and not too much of a stretch? You can play with that, right? Taking a little bit more weight into your left hand and then trying to open a little bit more gently, gently. If you already have a fair bit to give here, and you're really comfortably stacking hips and stacking shoulders, then the next is to take your upper leg, so that left leg, bend it, put the foot behind your knee, put your left foot behind your right knee. Find some breath here in open sesame. If you tried something and you're just like, yeah, that's too much for me today, just step back, okay? Step back. Stack that hip again. Stack the leg. Maybe take a bit more weight into that left hand. Be kind to your body. Be kind, be kind. Nice and easy, control the arrival back onto your belly. Swim 2 arms long down your torso and wave your butt again a little bit side to side. We set up the other side. So this is your left hand, your opposite hand. Middle finger in line with your eyeballs. Right hand close to chest. Slowly push in. Stack your hips first. Maybe stack your shoulders. If stacking the shoulders is too much, then take a little bit of weight into that opposite hand. If you have more to give, then that upper leg bends so the foot lands behind the opposite knee. Find your breath. You may need a bit more time for this side in order to feel even, Steven. I notice I'm running out of time on the video, so I'm going to let you pause me there if you need a bit more time for that side. For those that are ready to move on, and when you're ready to move on, last little bit is going to bring back the back body. I've grabbed my pillow. Can be done without a pillow. Absolutely, and I'm just laying a little bit on the side so you can see possibly a little bit better what I'm actually talking about. Knees stay bent, reclining, keep the feet fairly close to your bottom, engage your glutes, lift your hips, place that pillow under your low hips. Think about low-rise jeans catching your sacrum, okay? Take your right foot, sneak it underneath your left leg, towards your left hand, okay? I'm using the hand to get a hold of the foot, but just for a sec to intend that foot a little bit closer to my bum. And then I let go of the foot. After I've intended it closer to my bum, I let the floor hold it. I don't need to hold it, okay? And then I'm going to try and not squeeze into my right bum. I'm going to try and relax my right bum and let that right knee fall open into the side as much as possible. Relaxing arms left to right. Come back to those nice long inhales. Again, this is definitely one where you might want to press pause and marinate here just a little bit longer. As you're ready, or when you come back from the pause, slowly extract that guy. Take it up to the sky. Roll up the ankle. Bend the knee a little bit. Good. Intend the knee wide. Taking foot to opposite foot to opposite upper leg. Again, how does that little actions feel compared to the half hour ago when we did them at the start of the class? And then plant that right foot. Left foot crosses underneath the right leg to find the right hand. Help it just a little closer to your bum, and then leave it on the ground. Leave it on the ground. Don't float it up underneath the knee. Leave it on the ground. Relax your left butt cheek. And intend that knee wide and out to the side. Come back to your breath. Again, please feel free to press pause there and marinate in that one a little bit more. As you're ready to come back to play, extract, lengthen, ankle, moves around to wake up, intend the knee with the long leg closer to chest, and then onto that opposite upper leg. Again, just rechecking how these guys feel. How's the hip joint feel? How's the glute feel? How are those hamstrings feeling? And then that foot lands. You can squeeze into those glutes again and lift here. You can hold bridge for a bit if you're feeling spicy. Interlace the fingers underneath of those bums and intend the shoulders a little bit more on their sides. Again, think of this exercise to lengthen the front line of the legs. squeeze into glutes. Pressure on the back of your head to maintain some space at the cervical spine. Okay, so we're not here with the chin in the chest for this one. Chin is neutral. Chin is neutral. Float the hands away from each other as you're ready. Slowly release the spine. Knees come to chest together for lazy baby. Here, holding the backs of the upper legs. Again, maybe if your knees are okay, tuck those hands onto your shins. If a fuller expression of your baby is available, and that would feel good to you, find that now. Rock and roll that guy. Or that girl. Again, feel free to let that one marinate as long as possible. As long as your body is asking for it. The big pause after that one will be in your version of Shavasana. Okay? So keep in mind, if coming back to long legs for Shavasana is not suiting your practice right now, keep the legs short. Knock-kneed, pigeon-toed. Relax the arms left to right. Come back to your breath. Maybe come back to your meditation, tracing the fingers for at least 10 more breaths. Guys, it's been my pleasure to ease you through a stretch. 30 minutes is lots of fast, and so I am definitely over. Feel free to subscribe down there. Bye-bye.